Morning of September 9th, 1939. The sun rises pale over the banks of the Bzura River. A dense mist filters the light, carrying the damp smell of churned earth and recent gunpowder. The air vibrates with the distant rumble of German engines. The soft soil trembles slightly under the feet of exhausted Polish soldiers, their uniforms soaked in sweat and mud. They feel the weight of their backpacks, the cold metallic touch of bayonets against calloused skin. After 8 days of relentless retreat, the Polish army unites its forces. The armies of Poznan and Pomorze launched the largest counteroffensive. The Battle of the Bzura, a bold strike against the exposed flank of the German 8th Army. Whispered orders race along the lines. The click of magazines being loaded echoes like a tense prelude. Cannons open fire. The ground pulses like a heart racing in agony. In the heart of the offensive, near Kutno and Łowicz, thousands of Polish soldiers advance. Through humid forests and open fields, the scent of wet pines mixes with salty sweat, with palpable fear. Under the command of General Tadeusz Kutreba, supported by Władysław Bortnowski and Edmund Noel Konacki, the 14th, 17th, 25th, and 26th Infantry Divisions form the corps. Flanked by the Podolska and Wielkopolska cavalry brigades, they catch the Germans by surprise. Polish light 7 TP tanks roar forward. Their tracks churn the soft mud. Cavalry charges with gleaming sabers. The thunder of hooves mixes with battle cries. The first clashes are fierce. Explosions light up the gray sky. Machine guns slice the air like invisible whips. The acrid smell of cordite fills the nostrils. Near Łęczyca and Piontek, Polish forces push the Germans back, about 20 kilometers. They capture villages like Góra Święte Małgorzata. German losses, 1,500 dead or wounded, 3,000 captured. Soldiers of the 30th and 24th German divisions feel panic rising up their spines, the bitter taste of surprise in their dry mouths, as they retreat under intense fire. The German defensive line, stretched over 30 kilometers, wavers. The air fills with smoke and dust. The sound of exploding grenades echoes in the valleys. Polish soldiers, with racing hearts, advance, step by step. Feeling hope reborn in their tired muscles, the Podolska cavalry, with panting horses and sweaty manes. Sabers slice the humid air. The clang of metal against metal resounds. Wounded groan on the muddy ground. The smell of fresh blood mixes with the churned earth. But the sky soon darkens with the roar of German planes. Luftwaffe bombers descend like hungry crows. Stukas dive with wailing sirens. The deafening sound makes the ground shake. 50-kilogram bombs fall like deadly rain. 100-kilogram incendiaries turn bridges over the Bzura into flaming infernos. The smell of sulfur and burning wood permeates the air. Explosions hurl earth and debris into the sky. Poles run for cover. Their lungs burn with the hot air. German air superiority begins to turn the tide. Still, on the first day, the Polish counteroffensive causes disruption. It forces the Germans to redirect troops, including the 1st and 4th Panzer Divisions and the SS Leibstandarte Regiment. In nearby fields, Polish artillery hammers enemy positions. The constant thunder makes trees sway. Metal fragments buzz like enraged bees. Soldiers duck in improvised trenches, feeling the soil vibrate under their bodies. Sweat streams down dirty faces, mixing with dust that clings to the skin. While the battle rages on, the Bzura, the horror of Nazi atrocities, continues behind the lines. In Będzin, in Silesia, where the day before 200 Jews were burned alive in an incinerated synagogue, the Germans, in a cynical act, accuse the Poles of the crime. That morning, hostages are dragged to the main square, their clothes torn, faces marked by terror. The air heavy with the smell of residual smoke and fear. 30 civilians are executed in public. The shots echo like final sentences. Bodies fall into the dust with a dull thud. Blood spreads across the uneven ground. Hidden witnesses feel their hearts pounding in their chests, cold sweat running down their backs. These executions are part of a systematic campaign of terror. They echo the intentions revealed in Berlin. SS units, advancing in the infantry's wake, neutralize the Polish ruling class. Civilians are shot in villages like Ksiaski, where 33 were killed days before. The pattern repeats. Shouts in German, the click of rifles, bursts that cut the rural silence. Bodies left as warnings, flies buzzing over coagulated blood. In the German headquarters, Colonel Eduard Wagner discusses Poland's future with General Franz Halder, Chief of Staff. In a confidential diary, Wagner notes somber words. It is the intention of the Führer and Göring to destroy and exterminate the Polish nation. The air in Hitler's special train carries the weight of this genocidal directive. A metallic smell of fresh ink on documents that seal fates. Aides feel a chill of complicity. Not far away, in a desperate escape, the German jurist Gerhard Leibholz crosses the Swiss border. With his wife Sabine, twin sister of Pastor Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and their 2 daughters, hearts racing. The sound of dry leaves under furtive feet in the dark forest. Relief mixed with the terror of leaving everything behind. It marks a rare escape from the Nazi tyranny engulfing Europe. Leibholz, marked as Jewish by recent law, evades internment, while in Germany, Czech political prisoners are transported to Dachau. Few will survive the forced labor and brutality. On the Western Front, the calm persists, French and British still without decisive actions. To relieve Poland, the distant echo of their declarations of war sounds empty. Near Warsaw, the German 4th Panzer Division reaches the suburbs. The roar of tanks makes windows rattle. Civilians huddle in improvised shelters. The smell of dust and smoke fills the air. As the city prepares for the siege, Walter von Reichenau's armored corps advances 225 kilometers. Its light divisions reach the Vistula, between Warsaw and Sandomierz. Heinz Guderian crosses the Narew with tanks, attacks the bug line, encircling the capital even more. The air vibrates with the hum of planes. The soil shakes under the weight of armored vehicles. Polish soldiers, in the trenches, feel the weight of uncertainty, the salty taste of sweat on their lips. Civilians in Warsaw hear the distant thunder, feel the ground tremble. The terror of imminent invasion tightens their chests. The 9th day of the war reveals growing brutality, not just combats between armies, but an assault on human essence. Soldiers feel the weight of uncertainty, civilians the terror of imminent annihilation. What will tomorrow bring? More desperate counterattacks, more blood on Polish soil, or inevitable collapse? To not miss the next day, subscribe, like, and comment.